This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming in another gun video. Appreciate you watching, like, share, and subscribe. I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I appreciate all the good information. I appreciate y'all for coming to the video. I can't thank y'all enough. And like I said before, if you come to my channel, you watching it, or you subscribe and stuff like that, hit the notification bell. Every time I drop a video, you the first one to know. I appreciate it. And y'all the star, and I'm just a mess. I'm just the average citizen trying to uphold the Constitution. So with that said, bringing the energy today. Now, I've been getting questioned about the 80% lowers. I'm talking about, I've been getting, people been asking me about them, what's my opinion and stuff on it. Honestly, my opinion means nothing on this. I'm talking about, basically, the 80% lowers and stuff is another tool that the gun grabbers can use to infringe on a law-abiding citizen. Out of all the research, all the stuff that I looked at when it comes to the 80% lower, let's cover some of this. Now, you can buy these kits everywhere. You can buy uppers for the handgun on eBay. I'm talking about you can find uppers and stuff on Amazon. There's a lot of places that you can buy parts for the build for these little kits and everything to put together a handgun. Now, the flip side of that is, there's the gun grabbers out there saying that they've been used by people who are trying to duck the law, skirt around the law. This is a loophole for criminals to get firearms. I'm talking about they've been putting it all out there. I'm talking about there are headlines that, hey, these ghost guns are popping up in major crimes in the cities. There, you having people who had committed crimes in this country and stuff that had used these that was underage, weren't able to get a firearm. So, the headlines is out there. I'm talking about, the headlines is out there. So we know all about that. These ghost guns been out for a while. Untraceable guns, or whatever you want to call them, whatever floats your boat with them. The problem is that, you have states now are pretty much banning the ghost guns, untraceable guns. They're pretty much setting in place that, and you got some states, if you do buy them, you must register for them, get your serial number, and have it placed on the gun and stuff like that. So there's so many protocols out there, so many different laws and stuff. I've been reading articles. You have law-abiding citizens who have been caught with these in certain states, didn't know the laws and stuff, got themselves in trouble because there's no serial number and stuff on it. It's very complicated, people. So you have to pay attention to your state laws and what's going on. Now, like I said, when it comes to the 80% lowers, my whole thing about this is no different than you having criminals who are, still getting firearms, whether they 80% or not. I'm talking about, these DIY kits and stuff that people talks about and everything. I'm talking about, you can get these DIY, you can do the AR platforms, you can do the handgun platforms. I'm talking about, a lot of this stuff been around for a while, people. I'm talking about, but the whole strategy of the gun grabber is to pretty much infringe on your Second Amendment rights. I'm talking about, I understand some of the arguments and stuff that they're talking about when it comes to criminals. I'm talking about, but the problem is that the laws that are put in place is only going to infringe on your Second Amendment rights, and it only affect the law-abiding citizen. I don't think the criminals out there worrying about, registering these farms and stuff like that, putting serial numbers and stuff on them. I'm talking about, in the 2A community, when you saying register something, that's already, red flag to us right then. So, when you look at a lot of this stuff, I'm talking about, it's only affecting the law-abiding citizen. I'm talking about, there's nothing I can say that can change the perspective on the 80% lowers and stuff out there. I'm talking about, to me, I have no problem with them and stuff. Some people probably have a whole lot of problem with them. I'm talking about, the ATF been trying to regulate these things and everything. And California's been a huge deal. Most of the states that you see really coming after the untraceable guns and stuff that they're calling ghost guns, a lot of your states that's already heavily infringing on your Second Amendment rights. I'm talking about, they're really just trying to come down on this and everything. And they're using these guns popping up in crimes and stuff, as an excuse to create more gun laws. Now, like I said before, there's a lot of crime being committed by guns that's not untraceable or ghost guns. I'm talking about, so they still double down on top of that. I'm talking about, whether it's a ghost gun, people, or an untraceable gun, or do-it-yourself kit gun, or whatever they want to call it. I'm talking about criminals still going to find a way to get their hands on a firearm. I told you about the criminal who got out of prison. How can somebody be locked up for this amount of time? He gets out of prison within 24 hours. He already have a firearm and already committed another murder. I'm talking about, that's enough said right there. That is enough said. I'm talking about, so, all the laws that they keep creating is pretty much infringing on law-abiding citizen. I'm talking about, we're the ones who are doing the background checks. We're the ones that's pretty much opening our lives to the ATF, just open our lives for all these investigations so we can, get a farm. So, if you have people who are trying to skirt around the law, I'm talking about, whether it's this untraceable ghost gun or whether they go steal a gun out of a car that a lot of, criminals are getting guns from them, or, people leaving guns in the bathroom, what difference does it make to me? Because it's all in the same thing. You know why I say that? It's because, first of all, guess what? I'm talking about all I just said a while ago. I'm talking about people leaving guns in the bathroom, people leaving guns in their unlocked vehicles. I'm talking about, just stuff happening. You got law enforcement there leaving guns in bathrooms. And I'm talking about this is crazy. Whether they're stealing guns, they're breaking in gun shops, stealing guns. And with the gun grabbers talking about the 80% law, what is the difference? Nothing. There's no difference, people. Because guess what? The criminals are still getting farms either way you look at it. So, like I said, that's just my opinion on it. I'm just looking at the whole picture and not just looking at one little sector of what's really going on when it comes to farms in this country. And like I said, when it comes to law-abiding citizens and stuff, we're the only ones that's worrying about all these laws. I don't think it's a criminal worrying about, if California banning them, if New York banning them, or Illinois banning them, or whoever's banning the farm, the untraceable guns with no serial number. I don't think they're worrying about that. I know who worrying about it, the law-abiding citizen at the end of the day. So, I have reviewed and looked at everything about the untraceable weapons, people. That's just my conclusion. That's just my opinion. Your opinion could be different. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, like I said before, my results at the end of the day is that all the laws I looked at, I don't see it stopping no criminal. I don't see it, taking these things off the streets or whatever the case would be. But what I do see is that it's infringing on your Second Amendment rights, which is the law-abiding citizen, and it's just making it more tougher on the law-abiding citizen. I'm talking about, that's just my end results, people. I'm talking about, there's so much out there. So here go a video, just showing you some information on the untraceable weapons and stuff that your gun grabbers just been touting about, putting them in the headlines and using them to create more laws and stuff like that. So this is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Frame is the only part of the gun that's technically considered a firearm under U.S. law. Gun kits aren't regulated like firearms because they come with unfinished lower receivers.
So this is the lower receiver, and it's in this jig. So what we'll need to do is remove the extra pieces that are sticking up out of the jig.
Yeah, instead of shop, I took early childhood development. It was actually really awesome.
Good. It's the same damn gun.
It really is.
The difference is right there. Serial number. And that's important.
Scott Thomason is a retired ATF agent. He's letting me try out my new gun on his property.
Looks okay. Looks like it's not going to blow up in anybody's hand, so that's a good thing.
Let's go test it out.
Hit. Okay.
That's a working gun.
Yep. Sure enough it is. Listen, I worked violent crime my whole career for 26 years. You want those officers to have every means possible of bringing to justice those who use that firearm to commit acts of violence. And without a serial number on that firearm, you can't do it.
So if these kits had a serial number and were sold through licensed dealers, do you see any problem with that?
No problem whatsoever.
Gun laws during the pandemic. That's what New York Attorney General Letitia James and a multi-state coalition want the feds to do now. In a letter, James now asking the federal government to stop the company Defense Distributed from unlawfully, she says, releasing easily downloadable files on specifications for particular guns. Now, these files give people the ability to create unregistered and untraceable weapons. The Attorney General saying that first responders are overrun now with all the COVID-19 calls.
For law enforcement, these untraceable firearms are now becoming an all too familiar sight.
We're seeing them every day, 41%. So almost half our cases, we're coming across these ghost guns.
The self-made firearms are referred to as ghost guns because they're often built with no serial number, making them virtually untraceable, a ghost. Carlos Canino, the ATF special agent in charge of the Los Angeles Field Division, says what's changed in recent years is technology. Ghost gun kits are now being sold online. The parts are packaged up, shipped out, and with a standard drill and some basic skills, he says virtually anyone today can build a gun at home legally.
If you can go to one of these big box stores and put that type of furniture together, if you're putting together your kids' Christmas toys, okay, you can make a homemade gun. It's that easy. It all comes in one box to include the tools that you need to do it with.
A 13-year-old with a credit card can buy these parts online.
Yes.
Somebody who has a felony record can buy these parts online.
Yes.
That's because there's no background check required to buy a gun kit. Technically, you're just purchasing parts, pieces of metal, and until those pieces are drilled and put together, that's when the kit becomes a firearm. We easily found several websites selling a variety of gun kits, both pistols and rifles. We added one to our online cart, paid with a credit card, no questions asked about our age or background that we could see, and within 10 days, that kit arrived, 13 pieces in all, with the exact jig inside to guide the buyer on where to drill the gun.
Drill a couple of holes, and you're off and running.
Now, we did not drill into our gun frame because in California, there are state laws you must follow first. That includes applying for a serial number with the Department of Justice before building a pistol or rifle. And most DIY pistol kits do not meet California's latest handgun standards to get a serial number approved. Still, with that being said,
we're starting to find more of the pistols now. We're starting to find more of these because they're easier to make.
And Canino questions what criminal or gang member is going to apply for a serial number because these kits can be shipped to your home without one.
My biggest concern is that the criminal element can mass produce unserialized, untraceable firearms.
And no serial number often means no way to trace guns left behind at crime scenes.
When you find one of these guns that doesn't have anything, what do? Right? You got to fingerprint it, right? It's difficult to get fingerprints off firearms. I don't care what CSI says on Tuesday night. It's hard to get DNA off guns. What concerns me is technology has outpaced legislation. This is not a Second Amendment issue, right? That we have a healthy, robust, legal firearms industry in this country, and that's a good thing. It's a public safety issue.
This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.